me 1 second. Clara. Fuck! Clara! Kill this girl. I'm literally gonna kill her. You motherfucker! Oh snap! Hello? I need to text my...
Okay, now, everyone dislikes cheaters. Relationship-wise, like your girlfriend. Competition-wise, like sumo deadlifting. And politician-wise, like Biden during the 2020 election. But worse than all, young kids online with a learning deficiency, taking out their anger of getting bullied at school by using hacks in meaningless video games.
And killing me fucking 70 times in.
So how can I stop this from happening? By helping to create an anti-cheat? Maybe complaining to the devs to make it stop? Or maybe spread awareness about the negative effects of hacking? Or maybe create a hack that in reality is designed to make the hackers slowly go insane by playing noises at random intervals and other stuff. Okay, this way no one is happy, but at least they will be more miserable than me. But creating a hack for a big game like CSGO wouldn't do anything. I mean, there are already thousands of available cheats for them, just a few clicks, a Trojan and a crypto miner away. Instead I'm targeting a lesser known game that has the potential of spreading the hack, called Banana Shooter. Created by Coding Daniel with an average of 500 to 1000 players, it will be easier to get some recognition than as an example CSGO with over 1 million players. All games and apps for that matter are loaded into the RAM memory, where all the data is assigned special addresses. Like as an example, health at this address and your weapon at another address. And the hack more or less just reads and writes to these values to set things like where we're aiming or reading the location of other players. To start off, a pretty simple app to make is called a trigger bot. And thankfully for us, Banana Shooter has a pretty rare feature that most other games doesn't have that makes it a lot easier. Can you spot the difference? That's wrong. This is probably why your uncle touches you. In Banana Shooter, the game displays the other player's name on the screen. We can therefore figure that the game probably has some type of variable that either says that we are looking at a player or not, so that it knows if it is to draw the name on the screen or not. Basically, if the value of this address is equal to 1, the game displays the name, and if it's equal to 0, it doesn't. We can therefore find and read this value every second, and if it's 1, i.e. we're looking at another player, we tell the computer to left click and shoot the enemy. Now to create an aimbot. We first find the location of the player and the enemies, and we then calculate the distance between us and each enemy and locate the closest enemy. Now for the first time in our life, we use the math from school to calculate the angle between the player and the enemy using the arctan. We also use the arctan function to calculate the angle in the XZ dimension to know how far up or down to aim. Finally, we can find the addresses responsible for keeping track of the angle of where we're looking and set them to the value we have calculated. And now the hackers don't have to aim since they apparently have less mobility than Stephen Hawking. The hack also has a radar hack that reads all the enemy's locations and converts them to dots on a sort of map. Finally, I planned on having an ESP and a wall hack in the hack as well, but I did something else which we'll get into in just a moment. Okay, the part you all been waiting for. How do we actually punish kids for trying to have a bit of fun
and killing me fucking 70 times in.
We start off pretty nice by just pressing 3 random buttons every 20 minutes. And then after the 20 minutes we have a random cooldown from 1 minute to an hour. And after the cooldown we have 10% chance to press Alt F4, 40% to do 2 random commands, 30% to press 2 random buttons, and 20% to just disable all input for the user for 10 seconds. Also, once every 10 minutes we activate caps lock for the user. At completely random intervals, we either play a soft little beep, a sound of someone knocking, the sound of something dropping in the background, this sound, and we also have 1% chance to play this sound. Sometimes we also just set the volume to either 0 or 100 at completely random times. Sometimes, about each 20 minutes to 1.5 hours, we leave a nice little text file at random locations of the computer that is one of these 10 messages. Whenever the hacker presses the H key on the keyboard, the screen flips its orientation and it doesn't flip back until the user presses it again. However, after pressing it 2 times so that it's back to normal again, it disables for 15 minutes. So if the hacker tries to, find out why the screen is flipping, they won't. As you can guess, this just minimizes all the windows sometimes. This changes the background of the hacker's desktop at random intervals to a selection of a few nice images, and these are the options. Sometimes we create random error messages for the user, but during the making of this, I accidentally made an error in the code when making it. So all the error messages are actually in Chinese for some reason. So yeah, I thought of just fixing it, but I figured it was funnier to just leave it as it is. If there are any Chinese people, I really hope this is Chinese. Please tell me if this really means something or if just random letters. Sometimes we just hide the cursor for 10 seconds. Oh and yeah, we're really just moving up beyond the screen. Instead of creating an actually working ESP or wall hack, if the hacker activates either one of them, they are shown one of these screens, which tell them that their drivers are outdated and gives a link to fix them. This link, however, links to a 40-minute long video I made, where I really use the bullshit and nothing happens at all if you follow the instructions. Now on top of all of this, we also do some other things. So whenever this program gets run, it starts off by actually running another app in the background that I've named windowshelper.exe, and it's this file that actually does all the punishments. However, this app actually runs in the background, so to both know it even exists and to turn it off, you would have to go into Task Manager and then for some reason suspect that a process called windowshelper.exe is trying to make you go insane. Also, this app adds itself to the programs that Windows starts the time it boots up as Discord client. So in other words, it starts by itself. Finally, each time the program starts, we have a nice little 0.1% chance to call the completely fuck up everything function. You see, this function creates a separate thread that first sets the volume to 100 and then spams this audio. Then it also flips the screen and creates an infinite loop that each second thousands of times spams random commands, buttons and Alt F4. Oh yeah, it also spam creates files. It looks a bit like this. Yeah, fun story, I accidentally had this program running in the background while playing the new Elden Ring DLC. And it wasn't an amazing experience. But like any other intelligent, emotional, stable man, I'm taking out the anger on other people that have nothing to do at all with the reason why I'm feeling angry. Anyways, to finalize our little hack, we can create a nice setup file that allows people to just quickly download it. But we also need a nice little logo for our app. At first, I thought about just drawing the logo, but then I got a brilliant idea to let an AI make the logo for me. Ooh, cool banana shooter. A cool old hack engine. Honestly, this is a new profile picture. You know what? I need to spice this up, I think. Cool banana croc engine. Why is he like eating the gun? Hand lean. What? Why is it peeled but still like a peel? Yeah, I decided to just draw it. Now I just had to figure out how to spread this hack as fast as a rumor at school. Or the disappointment when Overwatch 2 released were a minor update to Overwatch. Or like a virus when middle-aged, most likely schizophrenic people find it too difficult to put on a mask in public during the peak of a global pandemic. So Banana Shooter hasn't really got a huge player base yet. It's actually a pretty fun game and you should go and check it out if you want to. Yeah, I'm staying out of beef. But I did start off by claiming Joe Biden cheated his way to presidency, so if I ever make it big, I'll probably get cancelled on Twitter. Or I mean, it'll probably be for grooming or something to do with kids. I mean, it seems like it's in the guidelines or the terms of service for YouTube right now. Anyways, I spammed links to the download file in the Banana Shooter Reddit and Discord, and I also gave it out in Reddit servers dedicated for spreading hacks. But I mean, you can also help out. You don't have to just sit around and... Well, this is pretty much the end. If you liked the video, please do subscribe. And if you didn't, please do subscribe, as I need the money to support my gambling addiction. Also, I really skipped past how to make the hack. So if you would like to know more about game hacking and that sort of stuff, I've linked a few things that I found extremely helpful in the description.
Fuck! Clara! Kill this girl. I'm literally gonna kill her. You motherfucker! Oh snap! Hello? I need to text my